They called me a fool for setting them up. A year of soulmate talk. Then the truth about her secret avoidance of intimacy and commitment hit me. Not a traditional betrayal, but a deeper one. Now everyone's looking at me. I'm just here, mouth agape, seeing the true extent of what was really going on behind closed doors. You won't believe it. Hey Reddit, buckle up. Because I'm in a situation that feels like it's straight out of a sitcom. Only it's my actual life and I'm definitely not laughing. I-29F am here because I desperately need some outside perspective on a mess I unwittingly helped create. Let me start with my best friend, Anna, 29F. We've been inseparable since we were tiny, sharing secrets and growing up together. Over the years, I've watched her navigate a few serious relationships. Her first 2 boyfriends lasted about 3 or 4 years each, which always seemed pretty solid on the surface. But there was always this one recurring theme: she'd consistently avoid sex. She used to tell me, with a shrug, that if she was just going to have sex all the time, it might as well be a friends with benefits situation. For her, going on dates and just spending quality time together was what really mattered. She's always been a virgin. And honestly, I always told her that was totally fine. I mean, it's her body, her choice, and she should wait until she's completely ready. No pressure. I genuinely believe that. And I still do. So, when my husband and I decided to play matchmaker, we really thought we were doing a good thing. We introduced Anna to my husband's best friend, Ben, 31M. The initial vibes were great. Honestly, they seemed to hit it off. And here's the crucial part: Ben knew about Anna's past relationships and her stance on physical intimacy, or lack thereof. We were upfront about it. Or at least, as upfront as you can be without spilling all your best friend's personal details. He seemed okay with it, understanding that this was just how Anna was. And he still wanted to get to know her. Watching them start dating, going on little adventures, sharing laughs. It felt good. My husband and I would catch each other's eye across the table on double dates, exchanging a silent nod of satisfaction. This was working. This was the happiness we wanted for Anna. A whole year went by. From my vantage point, everything seemed to be progressing beautifully. They were a couple. They spent holidays together, shared inside jokes, and generally acted like people who were building a future. I was so proud of my matchmaking skills. Picturing Anna finally settling down with someone who truly adored her. This was it. I thought. Her person. Then, about a week ago, the dream started to crack. My husband came home from a guys' night with Ben, looking a little more thoughtful than usual. He walked into the kitchen, leaned against the counter, and just stared at his coffee for a moment before he finally spoke. Ben pulled me aside tonight. He said, his voice a bit low. He's frustrated. My immediate thought was, frustrated about what? My brain immediately started trying to piece together what could be wrong. I had been so convinced that everything was perfect, that they were sailing smoothly. It's been a year. My husband continued, choosing his words carefully, and nothing physical has happened between them. He paused, letting that sink in. My mind immediately went to Anna's history. Was this really happening again? Was Ben truly okay with it? Or was he just saying that to get his foot in the door? The picture I'd painted of their perfect relationship started to blur. It wanted so much for Anna, wanted to be the reason she found her happiness. Now, all I could feel was this growing knot in my stomach, like a bad surprise party I was suddenly responsible for. It feels like my carefully constructed vision of their happy coupledom is starting to crumble, and I'm right in the middle, holding the glue. This is just the beginning of what I'm dealing with. Am I totally naive for thinking this would work out? Given Anna's past, I'm already feeling the weight of being the one who introduced them. After my husband dropped that bomb about Ben being frustrated, my brain went into overdrive. I mean, Ben had been so patient, or at least he seemed patient for the past year. My husband filled me in on the details Ben shared, and it was a lot to take in. He said it's been a year. My husband relayed, and literally nothing physical beyond a kiss or a cuddle has happened. He said he understood she was a virgin and was willing to wait, even for the wedding night, if that's what it came to. But she keeps making excuses, and he's starting to feel like he's being strung along. My mind immediately jumped to Anna. I love her. But this isn't exactly new behavior for her. I'd always thought it was just her pace. her comfort level. But now, hearing it from Ben's side, it felt different. I remembered Anna telling me before that she's not religious. So it's not a spiritual conviction. And she's also explicitly told me she isn't asexual. So what gives? Shed even told Ben, at various points, that she might be ready, only to pull back with some flimsy excuse every single time he tried to bring it up or move things forward. It was like a constant yes. But actually no. My husband even gave me a couple of really specific examples from Ben. Ben mentioned that when they kiss, Anna will slowly pull back, almost like she's trying to catch her breath, and then just stare at him for a beat too long. It's not a passionate moment. It's more like a subtle disengagement. And the one time he tried to gently hint at getting into bed. Just hinting, mind you. Not even directly asking. She apparently shot him down with a quick, "No. I'm good. I need to pack." Pack what? They weren't even going anywhere. My husband just looked at me, exasperated. He said he tries to be understanding, but I need to pack for a non-existent trip. It sounded so ridiculous when he said it, but I could just picture Anna doing it. And then there was the other bombshell. Ben apparently even casually mentioned proposing to her. I guess he was testing the waters, trying to see where her head was at since they were supposedly so serious. Anna, according to Ben, kind of acted like it was too soon. Too soon. They've been together a year. He's 31, and she's almost 29. They're not exactly fresh out of college. Plus, Anna inherited her grandparents' house a while back, which is a pretty sweet setup. When Ben asked about moving in, another logical next step after a year for a couple this age, she also brushed him off, just completely avoided the topic. This is where my internal alarm bells really started clanging. I remember Anna telling me recently, with absolute conviction, that she thinks Ben is her soulmate. Soulmate. That's a huge word to throw around. Especially when you're consistently telling that soulmate that moving in is too soon and physical intimacy is off limits. She also shared with me that she has no interest in oral with him either because it grosses her out. And if that wasn't enough, she added that physical touch is pretty low on her love languages list. Sex isn't the only important thing in a relationship, she stated to me, almost as if she was rehearsing an argument. All these pieces of information, filtering through my husband and direct conversations with Anna, started to paint a very confusing picture. My goal was to understand what the heck was going on, hoping there was some logical explanation, some hidden detail that would make sense of it all. But the more I learned, the less sense it made. She calls him her soulmate, but won't let him touch her, move in, or even seriously consider marriage. She says she's not asexual, but she makes every excuse in the book to avoid intimacy. I'm starting to feel this immense pressure building up. Like a pressure cooker I can't vent. I'm caught right in the middle. And I can literally feel the friendship straining on both sides. My loyalty to Anna is deep, but Ben's frustration is palpable and, frankly, understandable. And I can't shake the feeling that this whole thing is blowing up because I introduced them. I'm the one who thought this would be a great idea. Now, instead of celebrating a happy couple, I'm stressing over a potential friendship implosion and a relationship that seems destined to hurt someone. It feels like I'm holding a ticking time bomb. This whole situation is eating at me. And honestly, I don't know who's right or wrong here. I'm dreading what happens next. Alright, so here I am, staring at this whole mess. And it's feeling less like a sitcom and more like a Greek tragedy where I'm the unwitting, guilt-ridden chorus member. The more I chew on everything my husband told me, and everything Anna has confided in me, the heavier this feeling gets in my gut. I can't shake the sense of responsibility, the weight of being the one who initiated this whole thing. My husband and I genuinely thought we were doing a good deed, playing matchmaker for two people we care about deeply. Now, it feels like I've lit a fuse, and I'm just waiting for the explosion. Honestly, a big part of me feels like Ben should be talking to Anna directly about all of this. Why is he confiding in my husband, who then confides in me? It feels like a very roundabout way to deal with a deeply personal issue. I keep thinking, if they're supposed to be soulmates, if they're talking about marriage, shouldn't they be able to have these tough conversations with each other? It's not fair to my husband to be Ben's confidant for something this sensitive. And it's definitely not fair to me to be caught in the crossfire, relaying emotions and frustrations. My husband's stuck, too. Because Ben's his best friend. And he's trying to be a good listener. But it's definitely putting a strain on our conversations. 2. Because what are we supposed to do with this information? So, this is where I'm at. I'm really struggling to figure out who, if anyone, is in the wrong here. My head is spinning with conflicting information and emotions. And I feel like I'm trying to solve a puzzle with half the pieces missing, or, worse, with pieces that don't even belong to this puzzle. On one hand, there's Ben. He knew Anna was a virgin. He knew her history of avoiding sex in long-term relationships. We were as clear as we could be without getting too invasive into Anna's past. He still wanted to pursue her. Still wanted to get to know her. He even explicitly said he could wait. Even until their wedding night. But now, after a year, he's clearly frustrated. Is he wrong for that frustration? Even though he knew what he was getting into? Or is there an unspoken expectation that waiting doesn't mean never? He's hinting at marriage and moving in. Things that usually do involve a certain level of physical intimacy and commitment beyond just kissing. From his perspective, he's giving her everything he knows how to give. And he's getting brick walls and packing excuses in return, while being told she's his soulmate. Then there's Anna, my best friend. She claims Ben is her soulmate. She's told me she's not religious, not asexual. Yet, she consistently makes excuses to avoid physical intimacy. I need to pack. When there's nothing to pack. Pulling away during kisses. Dismissing hints about getting into bed. Brushing off talk of moving in or proposing is too soon. And the clincher for me, the one that really makes me wonder, is her flat-out admission that she finds oral sex gross with him, and that physical touch is super low on her love languages list. If someone is your soulmate, how do these things align? Is she just scared? Is she genuinely confused about her own feelings and desires? Or is she leading him on? Perhaps unintentionally. Because she loves the idea of the relationship but not the reality of its intimacy. She keeps saying sex isn't the only important thing in a relationship. Which, yes, absolutely true. But it's a very important thing for many people. Especially when marriage is on the table. And Ben isn't just many people. He's the person she calls her soulmate. I'm feeling so conflicted because I care about both of them so much. I hate seeing Ben so upset. And I hate thinking that Anna might be oblivious to the hurt she's causing or, worse, deliberately avoiding something crucial. I'm her friend. And I want to support her. But part of me wonders if she's being unfair to Ben. And another part of me wonders if Ben should have just walked away, if he knew this was an issue from the start. This whole situation is making me question everything. And I'm worried about what happens if it all falls apart. Will I lose both friendships? Will my husband and I feel like we completely screwed up? I need some clarity. Some honest, unbiased opinions. Reddit. Given all of this, am I missing something huge here? Who is being more unreasonable? Ben or Anna? And more importantly, what the hell do I do?